Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Let's have a market recap, shall we? Today I actually started out very strong in stocks. I sent out an email early this morning after the opening saying this is probably a good sale, and we did sell off. All right, Dow closed up only 30. It was up over 100. NASDAQ closed down on the day. Decent day in the Dow transports. So we had somewhat of a reversal, I would say, today. There has been no improvement that I can see in the fiscal data with respect to tax deposits. If we are going to use tax deposits as a barometer of the health of the economy, and it's interesting because I have been talking about this with my MMT Trader subscribers now for several weeks. And we now see today that the New York Fed has lowered its estimate of third quarter GDP below 2%. So there we have it again. We were in front of these forecasts based on what I look at and based on the information that I provide in MMT Trader. So we were in front of these forecasts. In other words, we had the outlook correct based on the things that I look at, one of which happens to be both the total federal tax deposits and employment and withholding tax deposits. They definitely have been showing a slowdown in growth. The momentum has been slowing down, and that has been happening since May and since July with respect to the employment tax deposits and federal tax deposits respectively. So we are ahead of the curve as usual, following these flows that I normally talk about. The dollar was very weak today. Now, Yellen didn't say anything really from a monetary policy perspective. You know, they're all out there in Jackson Hole. If you've never visited Jackson Hole, it is a beautiful place. Beautiful place. I went skiing there, and it is absolutely lovely, absolutely gorgeous. I could see myself eventually moving to Wyoming. I digress a little bit, but seriously, that is a beautiful place. If you've never visited Jackson Hole, Wyoming, I suggest you do that. So she didn't say anything. She was talking about the regulatory aspect of what has happened since the financial crash, et cetera, et cetera. Draghi, who was supposed to come in with a dovish speech, okay, that's what I was hearing originally, and I sent out an email with respect to that to MMT Trader subscribers recommending a certain trade. But I said it was highly speculative, this trade. It wasn't for everybody. You know, if you wanted to make a bet based on what his speech was supposed to. Anyway, he didn't. It wasn't a dovish speech, all right? He basically talked about momentum, global economic growth picking up, and the euro just took off, man. Took off. We're now over 2-year highs, or above 119. My British pound, which I recommended actually in MMT Trader Report on Monday, I said to people, and also earlier this week, a couple of times, I said the British pound is a buy down around the 128. We even dipped below in the 127 handle. We had a nice rally in the British pound, so people are making money on that. Oil, let's talk about this monster Hurricane Harvey that is going to hit Texas, where they're expecting 35 inches of rain. Now, that rain is going to be almost more destructive, or likely to be more destructive than the actual hurricane. And we actually saw oil prices come down on this, on the belief that since all the refineries are shut down, it's going to allow for a build in inventories. And by the way, again, in MMT Trader Report, I sent out and I said to people, expect next week to see a build in inventories, not based on the hurricane, but based on other factors. All these things, by the way, if you don't have MMT Traders, if you don't have a subscription and you want to get this information, and if you want to get my emails, go to pitbulleconomics.com. Right there on the homepage, you could sign up and get a 30-day free trial. I will send you everything. Gasoline was up strong today, over 2%, but it closed lower. All right. Interesting there, because refineries are shut down, but so are drilling platforms in the Gulf. All right. So it's going to be interesting to see the reports next week. We have positions on, not just in a particular stock in Valero, but also in crude, but I sent out actually a sell recommendation yesterday, but then I sort of flipped on that based on the hurricane. So let's see what happens there. Gold hovering around 1,300, but can't seem to break through. This is a delivery month. August goes off the board, I believe it's next Tuesday, all right? There's about, I think there's like something almost 4,600 delivery notices this month, which is, it's fair for the month of August. That's about 14 tons of gold that stand for delivery. Look, the market is handling that very, very well. Handling that supply very, very well. And I said, if you go back and listen to my prior videos, I said, if we get through August, a major delivery month for physical gold, if we get through August and the market holds up, then it's clear sailing after that. I mean, you don't have big deliveries until you get to December. All right. So this is a lot of supply coming on the market right now. And it's holding up very nicely. Very nicely. All right, that's about it for now. Week close in the stock market. Dollar continues. Oh, by the way, Trump now just levied more sanctions on Venezuela. This guy is a sanctions monster. Sanctions on Russia, sanctions on Venezuela, sanctions on North Korea, sanctions on Iran, sanctions on China. He is weaponizing the dollar. All of these things are making the world or alerting the world to the fact that it is becoming highly, highly dangerous to net save in dollars, because at any moment, if the United States does not like your regime, if it does not like your policies, it can restrict your nation's access to what is basically a dollar-denominated global financial system, okay, at the push of a button by decree. How long do you think that the world is going to continue? Even if they like the United States, even if it's one of our allies, they can't, because they can be obliquely hurt by these sanctions. You guys, a lot of you guys, conspiracy theorist nuts, and all of you guys like these kind of shift bots, you've been saying the dollar is going to lose its reserve status because it's losing value. And I said, that's not the reason. That was never the reason. But I did say the dollar would lose its reserve status because of policies that we enact. We will cause that to happen by our own hand, and it is starting to happen. You will not see a reversal in the dollar. I am telling you that. Gold is going much, much higher. We're going to have inflation. The United States has weaponized the dollar and the dollar-based global financial system to a degree that nations, countries all throughout the world are going to start to re-examine using the dollar as the means of global exchange. There's too much risk. There's too much risk. That's the sword of Damocles hanging over your head. Too much risk. The world will turn to something else. That's it for now, folks. Have a great weekend. I'll be sending out the new issue of Zombie Trading tomorrow. Of course, the new issue of MMT Trader on Monday. Everything's fantastic. We're making money. This is SEAL Team 6. Always work on your mental game. Remember, mental toughness. Adversity, rise above it. We seek that. We go after that. We embrace that. We want that. All right? That makes us strong. That makes us resilient. It's all about mental game. I mean, for those of you still who think, and I look at the stupid comments, you think, I'm going to find a system. This thing is stupid. How long do we have to wait, Mommy? How long do we have to wait, Daddy? When are we going to get there? You're weak. Weak people. We're not. Yeah. With the Mike Norman team, the SEAL Team 6, we are not weak. We are strong. We are winners. The rest of you are losers. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you maybe over the weekend, but definitely on Monday. Bye-bye.